Central. That's right, your one-stop shop for everything Arizona Cardinals here in the OMFL. Welcome to week number 9. It has been a whirlwind of a fast couple of weeks. I had to go on a business trip, and as a lot of you heard, I was stuck in the hospital as soon as I got back. But I'm out of the hospital, I'm home, and now it's time to catch you up on some Arizona Cardinal news. These things have come so fast and so furious lately, and I haven't been able to keep up. I'm doing clumps of games all at one time, so I'm going to catch you up for weeks 9, weeks 8, and week 7. Both the Raiders, the 49ers, and of course the Denver Broncos here in week 9, and show you what has been going on. This has been one of the most head-scratching seasons. I have not played well. I've not been able to find a true flow to my team. Finally getting the defense to round into shape, but the offense has absolutely struggled this year, and it's usually where I play pretty well. But at the end of last season, we really begin to see those struggles come up. It hurt us in our playoff loss against the Buccaneers, but it tends to follow us even here into the new season of, season number 70. And so because of that, you'll see these offensive numbers are really low. They're just not playing well right now. Jimmy Garoppolo has not played good at all this season. I've just made some bad decisions. We have brought in a new running back. We traded with the Panthers. We swapped running backs because both of our guys were up for 5-year deals. It was an even swap because both of them were rated pretty well. This running back fits our style a little bit more overall of what I'm normally used to. So it's going to take me a little while to get used to it, but I'm excited about what's beginning to take shape. If we could just get Jimmy Garoppolo to play a little bit better, I think that things could look up for us. Let's look back at Week 7's game against the Oakland Raiders. I almost called them the Los Angeles Raiders, but no, they're the Oakland Raiders still. You'll see that this game was super tight, 29-24. The Raiders are just so talented from top to bottom. They really made me fight for this one. I allowed 306 passing yards, only 49 rushing yards, where you see, again, that passing game has struggled for me. He only gave up 157 passing yards and only 83 rushing yards. He had 4 sacks. He was really getting after me the entire game. He had 64% on third down. I only had 27% on third down. And he had 1 takeaway. What helped me is I had 4 takeaways. And so winning that takeaway battle was able to keep me in this game and keep it close. The defense really picked on Carr. Patrick Peterson went off for 3 of the 4 interceptions this day. Patrick Peterson has been playing outstanding the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think he's got a total of 7 interceptions on the season completely. He may even be leading the league in interceptions. He's really stepped up his game and played well for us this year after 2 pretty down seasons. You see that Johnson struggled to find some rushing game, but we really had to turn the passing game on late. Just struggled to find any type of consistency. Janis was able to have a big game. He had a long of 75. Janis has stepped his game up these last few weeks and helped us really get some late wins with some big catches deep in the game and some late touchdowns, even going back to the game this past week against the 49ers. Again, Patrick Peterson had 2 interceptions. Smith and Ball each had an interception. Matthew threw in 4 tackles. We moved Matthew back to safety. We're kind of moving some guys around, but since things are playing well, we're going to move Matthew back in week 10 to cornerback, start those 2 guys on the outside, let Reed play strong safety, and we're going to let another guy play free safety, see if that opens some things up again. I've personally been bouncing between middle linebacker and safety and coverage, and so hopefully that'll open some things up, put my playmakers in positions where they can make plays. Really, this game was just about getting some late turnovers and putting this game away with a late touchdown. The Oakland Raiders really made us fight for this one, and they're a much, much better team. I was lucky to come away with the victory in week number 7. That takes us to week number 8, and we had the San Francisco 49ers that we had to travel and go see. This was old Meathead. He finally got his favorite team here in this league. He's a very quiet owner. You don't hear a lot from him. Oh, you scared the crap out of me. Okay, I'll come eat. This isn't live. Old Meathead took over his favorite team. Never got a chance to play him. But this gave me that opportunity, and this was one of the funnest games I've ever had. this was just a ton of fun. I gave up 177 passing yards. I gave up 91 rushing yards. He only allowed 23 total rushing yards, but that takes in account a couple of sacks, and he had a couple of them, and only 138 passing yards. On third down, I struggled 13%. He was 46%. This game was all about them. I got a late kickoff return before the halftime that kept me in this game. It was field goals all day long. That San Francisco rushing defense is super hard to break through, and there just wasn't a lot there for me to be able to take advantage of. Bradford turned the ball over twice. Garoppolo at least didn't turn the ball over a whole ton. Oh, I know why the rushing stats are off here. They're off because David Johnson was traded away after this game, so it's not popping up on here. I did have more than that. I thought I did. But you'll see that this game just was struggle for me. I just could not get things going. That San Francisco 49ers defense flew all around the field. What kept me in this was a couple of pickoff that I took place at Bradford and just a late touchdown from Janis. This game really, really was a tough win. I was lucky to come out of here. I probably shouldn't have deserved this one. But, even lucky wins still count as a W in the column. I did get a late touchdown again with like 8 seconds left in the game, and San Francisco was not able to drive at all. And I came away with a 16-15 victory and then get ready for Week 9's game against the Denver Broncos. Game against the Denver Broncos, I won 38-20. Again, a new running back for this game. I did allow 92 rushing yards. The Denver Broncos just don't have any stud running back, but just 5 and 6 yards a carry every single time. I did give up 279 passing yards. He gave up 265 in the air, 80 on the ground. The third down percentage was much better for me. I really was focused and was able to make some plays. 63%, that's more like what we used to get here in Arizona. I did give up 57% though. And then the turnovers and takeaways, I did have one turnover, but I came away with 2 takeaways. They were much needed against the Denver Broncos. This game was super close until the second half, where I was able to get a couple of key stops and a couple of big plays. Again, Janis was able to come through with some big plays for me. He had the one reception for 85 yards and the touchdown. That was a big play that put us ahead. Then we got a big fourth down conversion late in the game. We were up by 10. A field goal would have put us up 13, and there was a lot of time left. We just didn't trust that. We went for it, ended up getting a touchdown there, and that paid off big time as we were able to eat the clock, go up over 20 points, or I think it was 19 points. That gave us the cushion that we needed, even if the Denver Broncos made a roaring comeback. Lynch played great, 307 yards, 3 touchdowns. Garoppolo was able to keep pace, 265 with 3 touchdowns. Abdullah played okay, 18 carries, 55 yards. Again, that Denver Broncos team is just very fast and able to make a lot of plays. A lot of my receivers made some big catches. Floyd and Brown both with some big catches. Archibald had a big fourth down conversion in that San Francisco game and then carried that over in this game. He only had 3 receptions, but a big 38 yards, and a couple of those were for some big first downs that we were needed really, really bad. Demaryius Thomas had a great game, 6 receptions, 97 yards, including a long one-handed touchdown that really was unbelievable to watch. Patrick Peterson throwing in another sack here, interception, and then Smart finally showing up for me this game. He had 3 tackles, all 3 of them sacks, as he really was able to get after Paxton Lynch, and a very big victory, one of my key victories I've ever had here, 38-20 over the Denver Broncos. And that is a look at the Arizona Cardinals through week number 9. We're really excited about where this season could go, but tons of super tight 1, 2, and 3-point victory games. We're going to have to tighten up this offense. The defense continues to round into shape. Got to get used to Abdullah and making sure that we put him in a position to continue to make plays for us. But we're excited about the potential of trying to keep pace with these LA Rams. They're really starting to run away with this division. We're going to need them to come back to the pack, or it's going to be another wild card season for us. So, thank you for watching the video on the Arizona Cardinals called Arizona Central. Tune in next week as I don't know who we travel. Let's take a quick look. That's why we have a schedule here. We're going to travel to go face the San Francisco 49ers again, and then a very tough stretch against the Atlanta Falcons, the Chiefs, the Packers, and the Seahawks. Then you got the Lions, the Chargers and the Rams. I mean, it's not going to get any easier here, but we do have an opportunity to help ourselves a little bit if we just continue to win. So until next week, I am your Commissioner Nathan for the Arizona Cardinals. Peace out.